In today's episode of the Pathmark Presents podcast, I have an interesting guest here with me today. I'm with Ashley Sherrick, and she's heading over as a senior growth marketing manager over at Qualio. And basically, Qualio is a scalable e-commerce software to make quality easy. That's what the website says. And today we want to really, learn and deep dive into how this software is basically helping life sciences companies to, get to market faster. So welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, yeah. So maybe give us a quick overview. What is Qualio all about in your own words?
Sure. So Qualio is a top-rated EQMS software for the life sciences industry. EQMS, that acronym stands for Electronic Quality Management System. Our software is trusted by life sciences and healthcare organizations across the globe, and we're purpose-built for holistic quality management for medical device, pharmaceutical, biotech, and beyond. And the reason for needing an EQMS platform in 2022 and beyond is that we are changing the way quality management is done. Historically, it's always been paper-based. It's been slow and just overall a more archaic process. So now with the EQMS, there's an opportunity to be completely paper-based and digital. And really, the ultimate goal is that we can scale growing companies that are making a difference in the life sciences industry at a much faster rate, a fraction of the cost, and overall just getting them to market faster so lives can be changed.
Mm-hmm. That makes a whole lot of sense. Now, is there sort of a certain, size that companies need to have? Is there a certain scale, certain, types of projects running? Like, who's a great fit, essentially, if we sort of go a little bit deeper on that?
So really everyone and all people can benefit from Qualio in the long run, but we really do focus on smaller sized companies and organizations that have a great idea to help a certain population, but maybe on a tight budget with a smaller team. But we get them ready to launch and get to market fast. So really the ultimate goal and who really benefits this are people of the world that need help in any type of life science, whether it's skincare, internal, external body, therapeutics. Really overall, you and I and anyone else listening may eventually have a product that Qualio our software helped get to market.
Makes sense. Now, who within those organizations would you say is actually the one that is, researching and going out to bring a product like Qualio? Is that somebody sort of, in product quality management? Like, where do people come from?
So we have a variety of ways that future clients can come and find us. And it's definitely the quality managers, quality control. And really our favorite is word of mouth. So that's always my favorite. I think marketers, that's always their favorite way to get new clients. And from our current customers or past customers, we love hearing that our platform is recommended to others. And we also have a great relationship with partners. So we are working with our partners day in and day out that they want their own clients to get to market. They know their needs and wants of the client and need that EQMS system. So they know if their needs can be met with Qualio.
That makes sense. Now, how do these guys find Qualio? Like, what's the journey looking like of, coming across Qualio? And maybe tell us a little bit about sort of, the channels, as you're sort of obviously very active in the growth side of things.
Sure. So really with our growth team in Qualio, we're on all sorts of channels. So again, back with our partnerships and our word of mouth, but when it comes to actual channels, Google, of course, you always have to have that SEO. LinkedIn has been a huge driver for awareness in the last year and a half specifically, whether it's on the paid side, the organic side, that's really taken off. We also do a variety of webinars monthly, sometimes a couple of times a month within our partners or other webinar platforms. And we do in-person events and shows, podcasts, case studies. Overall, we're really hitting all channels in some sort of capacity to find our target audience.
So, you shared with us a little bit on the channels that you guys are leveraging. Maybe tell me a little bit about the role of the website in the buyer's journey.
So the role of the website, we really want us to connect with future clients. So everything that you need to know about Qualio is on our website. Whether you want to watch a 1-minute video about who and what Qualio does, if they want to potentially find a similar sized business in the same industry that they are in, we have our case studies. If they just want to have an educational resource when it comes to our podcasts. Additionally, we have so many types of white papers that they can download for getting ready for audits, understanding the challenges of going from a paper-based system to a digital system. They really can find any type of solution, our past and present customers, and it's full of resources that really will help them along their journey of figuring out if Qualio and the EQMS system that we're offering is best for them.
Very cool. Now, as a growth marketer, how do you think about the website in itself, in a sense that, there might be some strengths, there might be things that needs to be improved. I mean, what we typically see on the show, it's an always ongoing process to make it, better and updated. What do you see as the major strength versus the major maybe space for improvement for Qualio's website?
I think the strength is the fact that it's very robust already. We do have a chat bot there where they can, instead of having to search throughout the entire website for their answer, they can choose an option of, hey, I just want to learn about your software. Hey, I'm an existing customer, or I'm just browsing. And that really kind of helps us guide in our future website implementations of where we should be improving, where's our strength kind of thing as we're continuing to go on. When it comes to maybe the weakness side, I would say that really a regionalized or like a more regionalized approach. So, if you're in the UK, if you are in the United States, how is that going to look different and feel different? Is it, just an emoji with the United States flag or a different country flag? Working on that localization is definitely kind of our next step in the website process.
Very cool. Now that sounds super interesting. I mean, in the current role, but also in previous roles, right? You've been a digital marketer in several different and interesting scenarios. And what have you learned in general about when it comes to driving conversions from the website, actually driving results? Is there any tools, approaches, methods, a way of thinking that you've picked up over the years?
I think the biggest thing is understanding that all of us look at websites differently. So as a marketer, we're looking at it from one perspective. As an engineer, they're looking at it as another perspective. But really, how is the customer or potential customer looking at it? And what is the ultimate goal that they're trying to get after within our website? So of course, you could have numerous drop downs and you're in it day in and day out. But ultimately, if you are a brand new client, you just heard of Qualio for the first time through a retargeted ad or a LinkedIn ad, or just you searched on Google best quality management software, where is that taking them? And is the answer going to be provided based on what their needs are? And really just understanding it from the prospective customer lens and the existing customer lens versus the marketing lens of what is the goal at the end of the day for us when it comes to conversions. I think that's looking at it in a different lens is very, very important, instead of what you want to have versus what you need to have. And it's an ongoing approach. It's always changing. There's always tests, even with gated versus ungated content, the type of information that you need from that potential customer. Do we need their phone number, or is it just an email? Do we need their full contact information based on the information that they're trying to obtain? And just kind of understanding where we think we need to be more specific and learning the customer. Of course, there's plenty of tools out there. Hotjar has been one of my favorite ones for years, to just understand exactly where they are clicking and really seeing kind of the psychology behind the viewers that are on our website. And then recently, the chatbots that we've implemented have been very interesting to see when it comes to conversions and those lead gen forms. a big differentiator, but understanding that because we're doing these testings, we're just continuously learning.
Very cool. No, super interesting, and appreciate we going that tangent there a little bit to learn a little bit about this. So what I'm curious now is to just learn a little bit about, you know, yourself as a marketer. I mean, you know, in general, like what would be, you know, sort of the types of places where you as a marketer like to educate yourself, right? And there's so much resources out there. Like, where do you personally, you know, like to read and educate, you know, and just simply learn online?
Sure. I feel like I'm constantly learning, whether I'm just on the clock or just on the weekend. I really find it fascinating, and I kind of notice all sorts of different marketing techniques out in the wild in my day-to-day life. Personally, I still love the LinkedIn learnings. I've been doing LinkedIn learnings for the last couple of years, pretty much since COVID, and I think they're really fantastic. For short form resources. HubSpot's learnings, I've been using those for years as well when it comes to marketing in general. And then webinars and just listening to marketing professionals that are similar to me, but also may have many more years experience. They have gotten their feet wet, they've messed up, they've improved, they've had wins and losses, and they're hearing it directly from them. I think it's really fantastic when it comes to webinars, for sure.
Now, I would slowly, you know, get to the end of the interview, and I would have one question that I would really like to ask you, because now, if we would do a little bit of time travel, right, and go back to the days of maybe, you know, Babson School of Business, for example, or even Bridgewater, right? Even if you go a little bit further, Bridgewater. So, what would be one advice that you would give yourself for your journey as a marketer, you know, stepping out of that educational space?
I love advice. The good, the bad, the ugly. I think it helps you grow individually, but it also helps to practice empathy. And I think as a marketer, you have to actively listen and kind of watch what's going around you. And you need to regularly engage in conversations that can tie like your current job role or your dream job role, whether, you know, going back in time for when I was at Babson to current, just listening to people and their own experiences. I think it's really important, because what you think you want may not actually be what is actually going to happen, or what you really do want or need, because you may not have experienced a certain thing in the past.
Actually, I really appreciate you took the time with us today to be a guest on Pathmark Presents. I want to give you the very last word. If somebody would be forgetting all that we discussed about Qualio, what's the one thing that people should remember?
I think the one thing that people need to remember about Qualio is that we're continuing to improve every single day. We listen to our customers, we create change, and we do that all with the help of feedback. So EQMS, it's the future, and our goal is really to work with the companies that are going to change lives. And it's my favorite part about working here, seeing new customers appear and seeing how they're making a difference in the world we live in. And it's time to make a change in the world of paper-based inequality, just one day at a time.
Thanks a lot for being a guest on Pathmark Presents.
Thank you.